I'm Steelo Free. This is
Dot 420, whatever you want to call me. At the time, you weren't thinking about it as like an AI tool, you know, and how advanced it can be.
we're gonna put in this guy basically, and we're gonna make it seem as if he's really worried about free speech.
I mean, but then again, what is he doing? He just got the Neuralink fucking patch, right? But he's already fucking digging in with it. Like, he's already playing with it.
Imagine having to resist arrest from a robot or run from a robot, bro.
I mean,
that's like running from a car, bro. Hey, welcome back. Outside Minds Podcast, episode 10. We're live in Big Bear Lakes. It's me, Steelo Free, with my co-host.
Dot 420.
And we got two very special guests today with us. We also got a little random oddity we're going to open today. So I'm going to have Dot 420 get ready to open that while we have our two guests introduce themselves, starting with TheMewz on the end.
All right, man. It's TheMewz at TheMewz on Instagram. Steelo Free's little brother, by the way.
My little brother, my little DJ. And then we also got...
What's up? It's Ryan. I'm Todd's little brother.
All right, so check. These two kids met, totally unrelated to me and him, and basically they became very good friends. So now we're all out here chilling. Anyways, welcome back to Outside Minds Podcast. They're a little bit younger than us. How old are you guys?
21.
Just turned 21. Both
so that's about what, like a 14-year difference. So we were kind of talking about it on the way up when we were talking about 9/11. So what did you guys learned about 9/11 in the history books, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so what did you learn in the history books about it?
Just pretty much like Middle Easterns did it.
Oh,
That's
shit.
all I
That
know.
was the general,
Okay.
Taliban?
A little terrorist attack, basically.
So
just chop it up like
Ryan was basically surprised to learn that there's a conspiracy that Osama bin Laden is a CIA asset. And there we started to get a lot deep into CIA and what those guys represent and who they work with and what kind of movements they've been installed in order to control certain narratives and certain ways people happen, especially in music communities and with drugs. We're talking Marilyn Manson and the LSD movement in the 60s. We're talking about Diddy and Suge Knight in the hip-hop industry and NWA. And we're also... who else was I talk about? And Diddy.
Yeah, Diddy was
Suge
the
Knight,
main
Biggie.
one, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we got deep into the CIA. Before we do that, let's all pick a card.
You want to shuffle them? It's a brand new, fresh pack.
Tell them about the pack.
Yeah, I don't know what tarot cards really do. Never looked at them before, but it's from a great director. What's his name? Guillermo del Toro, whatever.
Yeah, he did Pinocchio, bro. Did you watch that?
Yes.
And he did a bunch of other stuff. He does like crazy, weird, kind of twisted stuff. But the Pinocchio film was really cool. It's crazy. So we're all gonna pick a card right now and just trip out on him.
Yeah, it has his art all over it, and so yeah, we're just gonna pull some stuff out. That looks like a random card.
Got the 8 of sticks.
Yeah,
that's a
there's
minor arcana.
there's a lot of cards that have writing on it, so that's probably what we're gonna be looking for.
Pass that down.
I didn't even look at it, so
Pass that down. Pass that down.
pass them all down.
Oh, no. You got, okay. Oh, shit. I got the Hermit. This one's crazy, bro. This one, this is from the Labyrinth, I think, bro. Did he do the Labyrinth?
That shit
I don't
was
know.
hard.
Show it to the camera.
It's out of focus
give it
back
a
there,
little-
so I could throw these cards up maybe after.
Yeah. So I got the Hermit. That's a crazy card. These cards got some crazy art on them. What'd you get?
Bro, the Wheel of Fortune, and that shit is wild.
There's like demons on it. There's like demons on a wheel.
And they're going up, and it looks like they're falling to their demise and stuff. It's got a
It's like
scythe.
a river of blood, bro.
Yeah, he's got a scythe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I got a similar
Like,
one.
check this out.
Oh shit.
That's hard.
Yeah, they probably can't see it right here, but I'll try to put them up.
What'd you get?
I got strength. It just looks like a giant just
Oh, wow.
Damn.
taking down some like demon or something.
That's crazy.
So this one's real interesting. It says it's just 13,
Oh wow,
and it's like kind of like a Reaper.
with wings.
Yeah,
That might
With-
be the death card.
With wings.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we'll
'Cause-
put these all up on the screen. So back to it. Outside Minds podcast. I want to tell you about our friends down at Green Habitat. They actually sponsored our trip down to Big Bear Lake. Big Bear, I don't know, we're Big Bear somewhere.
Big shout out.
We're in a nice cabin in the middle of the woods. It's crazy. We got the ski resort right next to us. It's off season though, but it's very nice. So shout out Green Habitat. They got the best indoor flower in Southern California. If you're in the South Bay area, check them out at Evolve Cannabis. And if you're not, check them out on Maps. Green Habitat.
Check 'em
yes,
out.
Sir. So back to CIA. What's your favorite CIA conspiracy, Todd?
Mine, Tupac maybe.
See, that one's crazy because we were talking about Diddy and how all that stuff was coming out, and we started to put together how a lot of these people might be put in certain positions because of who their parents were, and we figured out that Diddy's dad was a CIA
He
informant.
was a drug dealer turned informant.
and he also worked with Nicky Barnes,
Yes.
and that was the guy from American Gangster.
Which
He produced that film.
Yes.
Jay-Z did the album, and P. Diddy produced the album.
yeah, and didn't P Diddy play Nicky Barnes or something in
Oh, he
something?
did. He
Yeah.
did. Yeah, that's crazy. That's
So
super
it's all
crazy.
full circle with that.
It's all full circle. So, what do you guys think about the Diddy shit, man? Do you think there's stuff that's gonna come out, or do you think it's gonna be like Epstein, where we kind of don't know what happens, or do you think it's gonna slowly leak out?
I think that he's at too high of a level.
Too high of a level.
Yeah.
See, when people say that, I think the only thing, not that there's anything wrong with that logic, but what I think is, I think he's part of the club, and when someone becomes a liability, it's like the mafia. They're either gonna kill him or they're gonna they're gonna like throw him under the bus, and throw out all the dirt on him and air out his dirty laundry. Now, the crazy thing with that is if he has safe boxes somewhere of tapes of politicians and stuff like that, or high-ranking officials or billionaires and things like that, that might be why we don't get any dirt or any information that we want to know about the D situation.
He's got the dirt on them.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. That's a crazy conspiracy because a lot of people think he's tied in with the Tupac killing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's multi-layered, and there's the Diddy camp. There's so many stories of the up-and-coming R&B artists that Usher, Justin Bieber, bro.
Straight up.
All the hits, bro. And they all have a weird, wacky story about that.
Okay, so check it out. Let me lay something out for you guys. I did this to Todd the other podcast. Check it out. You guys just go out. You guys are having fun. Your friends like, check it out. Let's go to downtown LA. You go to a bar. Boom. You hit the next bar. Boom. Suddenly you're at this club in Hollywood and you're just partying with like your favorite Kodak Blacks right there, bro. And then you guys roll to his house to a mansion party after that. And you're just kicking it. And then in walks Diddy. And everyone's kicking it with. And this is before the allegation. No, this is before or after the allegations. No, someone else walks in. Famous person walks in. And they say, hey, let's all go to my house. We're going to have all the celebrities here. There's going to be bitches. It's going to be way crazier than Kodak Black's house. You got to sign an NDA, though, to get in. And you got to leave your phone at the door. Are you guys going to the party?
No.
I
don't know. I might go.
you
I
know,
might go just to
I'd
check
go.
it out.
I'd go for sure.
Todd's going to be in that
I'm in that
motherfucker.
bitch.
I might go.
Todd's going to be signed.
Hell no, I'm not excited to nothing.
I'm just kidding.
I'm watching everything.
I honestly would go just to like kind of air it out. Like, what if I could be like
Okay, what if you
like
walk
that guy?
You wanna be a
what if you-
whistleblower?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's a suicide
You know what I
mission.
mean?
Yeah, they're
Hey,
too
fuck
powerful.
it. It'll do more, good than bad.
Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy because a lot of people trust the government, with the whole thing that happened a few years ago.
The mandate.
And when you have stuff like we were talking about CIA and we were talking Oliver North and Iran-Contra, and it's been proven that Oliver North, who was CIA, was helping. They were selling guns to Iran, and they were taking that money and they were funding the rebel groups in Nicaragua. And some people say it's bullshit or not, but they were also saying that Oliver North and the CIA were trafficking cocaine with Nicaragua, and that's where all the cocaine came from in the 80s. That's what Snowfall's about, bro. And Snowfall's about Rick Ross, bro.
So
Freeway Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross.
So I guess we're top tier instigators.
I mean, it's just that when you know stuff like that and then you still trust the government, it's kind of just like, what are you doing? You know? They have Iran-Contra, and then we're just going to listen to whatever they say. You know what I mean? And I think, wasn't JFK assassinated because he wanted to dismantle the CIA? So a lot of the corruption, a lot of the things that go on are rooted in the Central Intelligence Agency. So,
And what did we hear? That they were infiltrated by or they infiltrated the Freemasons.
Yeah.
Remember?
we were talking about the Freemasons too.
They infiltrated the Freemasons and got to the highest level, and then
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so that's a whole nother rabbit hole, because Freemasons they study magic, they study alchemy, they study astrology. This goes back to Leonardo da Vinci, the Knights Templar, the Bavarian Illuminati. So basically, when you figure out that people, okay, let's just say, some people say magic doesn't exist, but let's just say it did exist in a world, and certain people knew how to use it and certain people didn't. Don't you think the certain people who knew how to use magic will be the ones with the wealth and the ones at the top and the ones trying to keep a secret from the other people? Yep. So when you start to look at the studyings and the teachings and the esoteric knowledge that they have in the Freemasons, and if you see that they may have gotten infiltrated by the CIA, then you can see why they can have a better time controlling the population, especially through things like MK Ultra, mind control,
Project Monarch,
LSD, Project Monarch, and things like that. You know what I mean? We were talking about Philadelphia experiment too.
Yeah.
And Montauk and all that. Montauk, you guys know about Stranger Things?
Yeah.
That's basically based on the Montauk Project. So basically, on the drive up here, we were basically walking them through all of the basic conspiracy theories.
Seeing where their heads
holes.
were in that world.
What do you guys think? Are you guys round Earth or flat Earth?
Round Earth.
Round Earth.
Definitely round Earth.
Okay.
Yeah, we are in a,
What do you got to say to the flat earthers?
I mean,
you can go ahead.
nah, that's just bullshit. I don't know.
Well, that's
what else
rule
to
number
say
one when you're a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? You gotta check your sources. You know what I mean? Like you gotta not check your sources. You gotta ask questions.
Yeah.
So if someone comes to you with a new conspiracy theory, you're not just gonna automatically accept it. You gotta test that too. You know what I mean? Because that's how you first got into conspiracies, is by questioning things. You know what I mean? So
what's real?
As far as like round Earth, flat Earth, I don't think it's flat. And if it isn't round, I'm open to the idea that maybe it's like a torus field or something like that, because I do believe we're in an electromagnetic universe. Plus simulation theory. Simulation theory always comes in when we talk about that.
Yeah, it's always simulation theory at the end to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Easiest way to explain it is like a video game thesis. You know, if you're just like a video game player, your higher self is like the actual you, like getting controlled. You know what I mean? Things like that. What's your guys' favorite conspiracy theory?
My favorite would probably definitely be like 9/11. And we're not gonna get into like my favorite. It's not my favorite because of like the catastrophe. It's really just it's just the depths of it, and like I think a lot of people don't really realize like the invasion of like privacy that we have.
Because we talked the Patriot Act.
The Patriot Act.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the invasion of privacy, like just of American citizens.
Well, that's a lot of people's first, like I 100% believe, it wasn't what they said it was, and there's too much proof now, of course. But yeah, it was wild when it happened, because I remember the day we were in middle school, and we couldn't grasp the concept, obviously. I still went to school.
So when I went to college and I went to philosophy, I learned about the Hegelian dialectic, and that is basically, I think it's thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, or something like that. So basically, it's problem, and a solution, basically. So basically, someone intentionally causes a problem in order for the solution to be worked out in their favor. And what we get from 9/11 is the Patriot Act. And what the Patriot Act does is, if the CIA or the government, I believe, I don't know if I'm misquoting or not. By the way, if you guys want to call in 310-232. But anyways, Patriot Act, if the government thinks that you're a spy or anything like that, they can go into your email, they can check your phones, they can tap in and spy on you, fucking. And that was passed because of 9/11.
Right.
And if 9/11 was an inside job, then it's like problem solution.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty crazy. And a lot of people still think 9/11 wasn't an inside job. Do you think those people are NPCs or what? Because the proof is in the pudding, you know what I'm saying?
They just would rather not believe that their government would do something so outrageous and hideous and, with so many deaths.
Well, what's crazy is the Pentagon, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Pentagon is like, they say even a skilled pilot wouldn't even be able to pull off that maneuver, number one. Number two, there was no plane in the wreckage.
There's no plane parts, yeah.
No plane parts. And then number three, when they looked at the one video they had, they said it looked like an explosion, right? It didn't even look like a plane crashed into it.
That's what they said, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would say my favorite conspiracy would be probably the Freemasons, bro. What got me into that was when I started reading Dan Brown. I read the Da Vinci Code. And I started getting into that. And I think what they were doing back then is when they were studying magic, they were studying like esoteric knowledge. They're tapping into like a higher consciousness, which is what people do through like psychedelics and meditation.
This is
stuff
magic
like
with a K, back to Crowley.
And that's how they're not inventing, but they're discovering things like the Pythagorean theorem.
Yep.
And
he was an occultist.
The golden ratio. Yeah, Pythagoras too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
100%.
That's one of my favorite conspiracies. Did I ask you yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Tupac.
Do you have one?
I'd say aliens built the pyramids.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a good one. That's a super good one. Do you think Tupac is still alive? That was probably my first conspiracy theory.
I don't believe it.
When I was a kid, like before I knew what conspiracy theories were.
Yeah, that was big. That was big.
The 7-day theory and all that.
Yeah, I never really believed he was alive, but it was a big conspiracy.
Yeah, they were saying he was alive in Cuba.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Apparently, there was like a recorded like.
Yeah, but that's always been like that. Like that's like the whole Elvis thing. Like people were saying they were seeing Elvis like long after he died and stuff like that. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
What about the Mandela Effect?
Oh, that's a good one. What's your favorite Mandela Effect?
So, my favorite Mandela, I can't really think, man. It's hard to think of them right now.
I'll tell you.
There's a lot of the small ones though.
This one, there's a whole website dedicated to this. For instance, the word Wednesday. Yeah. You know how it's spelled crazy? When I spell it in my head, I say Wednesday. Yeah. So I can spell it the right way. Uh-huh. So growing up, I did the same thing with the word dilemma. I would say dilemna because it was D-I-L-E-M-N, like never, A. D-I-L-M-N-A. Now it's spelled with 2 M's. That's so crazy, and there's like there's so many people who remember that there's a whole website dedicated to it.
Wow, I never heard of that one.
I remember that show with 2 M's for sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You guys are from a different time.
And also a lot of these Mandela effects like the original things were before you guys were even born.
Yeah.
You know, it was like when
we were magic mirror on the wall, mirror on the wall.
Yeah, mirror. Who's whatever of them all. Yeah.
It's everyone thinks it's mirror, but it's magic
mirror on the wall. Yeah, there's a lot of little things. What is it? The bears, the Berenstain Bears.
If you were to explain that, how would you guys explain it?
Mandela Effect?
Yeah.
I'm still not even like too familiar. I can't even think.
Oh, you don't know what the Mandela Effect is?
So it's like something was like the Berenstain Bears was spelled different, and now it's spelled another way. But we remember it spelled a different way, but other people are like, no, it's spelled this way. So it's like they said like it goes into CERN, and when they collided their particles, it shifted the time.
What?
Yeah, I think it's definitely just like I could see that thought and like kind of just like a glitch, you know, in the kind of the simulation aspect.
Yeah, because if you believe in simulation theory,
I think it ties into simulation theory because we kind of discussed it on one of our simulation theory episodes, where I think simulation is kind of like a computer game where a computer game pulls from computer code, but we're kind of pulling from source code, which is an infinite code. And if that's happening, that means every moment in infinity exists, but we only experience one at a time, and that's a timeline.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if there are every moment's existing, that
Infinite
means there are
timelines.
infinite universes and dimensions stacked on top of us. And if one kind of just has one little small difference,
The butterfly
and
effect.
one collides or it reconciles with another one, bro, like our consciousness reconciles with a different universe or dimension, we could have different memories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were saying that stuff started happening supposedly when they started doing the Hadron Collider at CERN.
Yeah, CERN, and supposedly they built a even bigger one. Did you just see the?
Oh, really?
I think Joe Rogan posted it. If you want to pull that up real quick, it was on his Instagram. But yeah,
We'll pull it up in post.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is they have the big Hindu statue outside of CERN, and it has the Shakti Shiva dance or something like that, and that basically represents the creation and the destruction of the
Press
universe.
record.
What's that?
It overheated.
Oh, it overheated?
Yeah. See if the camera.
Disconnected.
But take a quick pause.
Yeah, it looks so. Oh yeah, it got hot.
A lot of people on the live. It looks like on your phone. Or am I tweaking?
Two people.
It just looks like I see like.
Shout out to everybody watching live right now. Our camera went down. I don't know if we'll keep this audio on the pod or whatever. Maybe we'll put like a little image over it or something like that, and then whenever we get back to filming.
Yeah, we could do something. Just keep the audio.
But yeah, or maybe we'll just come back and.
Dang, the blue light looks cool on that.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Drake killed Triple X?
Man, I've been hearing more about that.
So
But-
that is actually cool. You bring that up because that's actually a conspiracy theory that kind of I feel like died real fast. And that came out like almost like, bro. That was like I think the day that he died. I think that was already speculation.
Well, that one's also crazy because he had all those subs in his music.
Oh yeah,
When he was saying, and they were like
yeah.
highlighting his verses and saying this lyric was about him and whatnot.
Well, yeah, they say that he was supposed to be the one to like, break down the music industry.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
They say he was supposed to be like the one.
Ooh. And they always go after it. And he was switching up his music at that time too, right?
Yeah.
That's always how it happens.
With cult following too. If you're an
Yeah.
artist with cult, like, cause he's one of those people, bro. Like, at least when I remember, he was like hot. If he was like, I'm here, like he could get an army of people to do whatever he wanted, like type shit. So it's like that power. It's not gonna
People
last
are
long.
Do you want to just make this the main shot right now?
We can, yeah.
Yeah, let's just make that the main shot. We'll wrap it up right now.
We could probably even.
Thanks for hanging in there, guys, on the live. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to my Instagram. I don't know who's following right now. The screen's very far away from us, but thank you for following. I'm Steelo Free. This is .420. We got TheMewz. We got Youngster Ryan. Follow us.
Sir.
You'll probably see us on my story later or whatever. Outside Minds podcast. Shout out to Green Habitat again, man. They supplied us with a dope cabin, and they sponsor our podcast since day one. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Christian. And yeah, once Todd gets back in frame, we'll wrap it up.
All right,
Bing, bada, bang.
Yeah, so CIA, Illuminati, Freemasons, Diddy,
all the good stuff.
all the good stuff. Thank you guys for tuning
Should
in.
draw one more little card, just one.
Yeah, let's draw one for the viewers.
Just pick one and read it out.
And we got the world. Okay, that's a crazy
What's the
looking
image?
one. It's like a fucking owl in a cocoon of death or something.
An owl. You know, the owl is a big symbol we talked about.
What's the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches.
Pedophile.
That is an interesting look.
Foul. All right, let's wrap it up. It
right.
was a good talk.
Thanks for tuning in, Outside Minds podcast. You guys want to tell them where they can find you?
You can find me on Instagram. That's the only place you need to find me. TheMewz.
Yeah, Youngster Ryan on Instagram. That's all.
I'm Steelo Free, and this is
Top 420.
Thank you for tuning in.
Later.